Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Success isn't given, it's earned, it's fought for, and it's crafted by fearless women. A fearless woman doesn't wait for permission. She doesn't sit around hoping for a seat at the table. No, she builds her own table. She designs her own destiny. And she does it with courage, resilience, and an unstoppable fire in her heart. You see, the world has tried to tell women what we can and cannot do. They've told us to be quiet, to be small, to stay in the background. But fearless women, oh, we don't shrink. We rise, we speak, we lead. Success doesn't happen by luck, it happens by choice, by waking up every single day and saying, I will not give up. I will not back down. I will not let fear define me. Fearless women fail. Oh, yes, we do. But we don't stay down. We get up, we learn, we grow, we turn our setbacks into comebacks. And when we succeed, we don't just celebrate for ourselves. No, no, no. We lift other women up. We break barriers so the next generation doesn't have to fight the same battles. So to every woman listening, you are strong, you are capable, you are enough. Keep building, keep striving, keep believing, because your success is not given, it's crafted, and it's waiting for you. Go get it. Success is not something that simply appears. It is not a gift, nor is it granted based on luck, privilege, or mere wishful thinking. Success is built, it is earned, it is fought for with every ounce of strength, every bit of determination, and every sacrifice made along the way. A fearless woman understands this truth. She knows that behind every achievement lies an unseen struggle, a series of trials, errors, and lessons learned the hard way. She recognizes that every successful woman she admires, every leader who has paved the way before her, has endured moments of failure, doubt, and hardship. But instead of letting those moments define them, they use them as fuel. A fearless woman refuses to be discouraged by difficulty. She does not crumble under pressure. She does not allow setbacks to dictate her future. Instead, she rises again and again, stronger than before. She understands that resilience is not just about surviving challenges, but about transforming them into stepping stones. Every rejection becomes redirection. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every obstacle becomes a source of strength. But let's be clear, this journey is not easy. It requires sacrifice. It demands commitment. It calls for endless hours of effort, discipline, and perseverance. There will be moments of exhaustion where the weight of responsibilities feels overwhelming. There will be moments of doubt where voices, both internal and external, whisper that she is not capable, not ready, not enough. And yet, a fearless woman does not listen to those voices. She drowns out the noise with action. She replaces fear with focus. She understands that success is not about waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect circumstances. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and refusing to give up. She knows that success is not given freely. It does not come from shortcuts or handouts. It comes from the sweat on her brow, the fire in her soul, and the determination in her heart. She is willing to invest in herself, to learn, to grow, to adapt, and to keep pushing forward even when the road is uncertain. A fearless woman takes control of her own destiny. She does not wait for approval. She does not seek permission. She builds, she creates, she crafts her own success, because she understands that if she doesn't fight for her dreams, no one else will. And as she moves forward, she carries with her an unshakable truth. Success is not something given, it is something earned, something built from the ground up, something fought for with courage and resilience. A fearless woman does not sit around waiting for the right moment, the perfect opportunity, or someone to recognize her potential. She does not wait for a door to open. She builds the door herself, and if necessary, she kicks it wide open. She understands that the world does not always make room for strong, ambitious women, so she carves her own path, creates her own chances, and steps boldly into spaces where she was never invited. For centuries, women have been told to stay in their place, to wait for permission, to be patient until an opportunity presents itself. But fearless women reject that outdated notion. They know that if they sit still, waiting for someone else to offer them a chance, they may be waiting forever. So instead, they take action. They educate themselves, sharpen their skills, and put themselves in positions where they cannot be ignored. They invest in their growth, seek out mentors, and build relationships that help them rise. If an industry does not welcome them, they break barriers. If a company does not see their worth, they start their own business. If a society underestimates them, they prove the world wrong. A fearless woman understands that success is not about being chosen, it's about choosing herself. It's about believing that she is worthy of leadership, of innovation, of power, and then working relentlessly to claim it. She knows that opportunities are not found, they are made. But this process is not always easy. It takes courage to step into the unknown. It takes resilience to keep going when people doubt you. It takes strength to fight for a vision when the world tells you to be satisfied with less. But a fearless woman is willing to take that risk. She knows that playing small will never lead to greatness. She does not wait for validation. She does not wait for an invitation. She steps forward boldly and unapologetically, knowing that she belongs wherever she chooses to be. She does not wait for the world to hand her success. She goes out and takes it. For generations, society has placed limits on women, defining what they can do, where they belong, and how far they are allowed to go. Women have been told to be quiet, to be modest, to stay in the background while others take the lead. They have been conditioned to believe that ambition is unbecoming, that strength is intimidating, and that success is reserved for men. But fearless women, they refuse to accept these limitations. They refuse to shrink themselves to fit into outdated expectations. They refuse to let the world dictate the boundaries of their potential. Instead, they break free. They rise. They take up space not just for themselves, but for every woman who comes after them. A fearless woman knows that the world will try to make her doubt herself. It will tell her she is too emotional, too aggressive, too much. It will label her difficult when she speaks up, bossy when she takes charge, and unlikable when she asserts her power. But she does not let these labels define her. She understands that these are tactics designed to hold her back, and she refuses to let them succeed. She stands tall even when society tries to make her small. She chooses her voice over silence, her dreams over doubt, and her power over fear. She knows that every time she steps forward, she is rewriting the narrative, not just for herself, but for all the women who have been told they are not enough. The truth is, the world has always tried to control women, to set limits on what they can achieve, but fearless women have always fought back, from the suffragettes who demanded the right to vote, to the pioneers who entered industries dominated by men, to the leaders who are breaking barriers today. History is proof that women are unstoppable when they refuse to accept no for an answer. And so, a fearless woman does not ask for permission. She does not wait for approval. She does not let society's expectations confine her. She steps forward unapologetically, knowing that she has the power to shape her own destiny. Success is not a single moment of victory, it is a journey, a process, a relentless commitment to keep moving forward, even when the road is uncertain, even when fear tries to hold you back, even when failure feels like an immovable wall. A fearless woman understands that success is not built in a day, nor is it guaranteed. It is earned through persistence, resilience, and the courage to keep going no matter what. Fear is a natural part of the journey. It whispers doubts, it magnifies risks, it makes the path ahead seem impossible. It tells you that you might fail, that you might not be good enough, that you might not belong. But a fearless woman does not let fear paralyze her. She feels it, and then she moves forward anyway. She understands that fear is not a stop sign, it is a signal that she is stepping outside of her comfort zone, reaching for something greater than what she has known before. Failure, too, is inevitable. There will be setbacks, there will be disappointments, there will be moments when nothing seems to be going right, when the effort feels pointless, when giving up seems like the easiest option. But a fearless woman does not allow failure to define her. She sees failure not as a sign to quit, but as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger. Every mistake teaches her something. Every misstep makes her wiser. Every loss fuels her determination to rise again. Success is not about never falling. It is about getting back up every single time. It is about showing up day after day, even when progress feels slow, even when the odds seem stacked against you. It is about choosing over and over again to believe in yourself, to push past the fear, to try one more time. A fearless woman knows that success is not granted to those who wait for the perfect moment. It belongs to those who take action, to those who refuse to be discouraged, to those who wake up every morning and say, I will not stop. I will not back down. I will keep going no matter what. Failure, it's a word that so many people fear. It's something that has been used to shame, to discourage, to make people believe they are not capable. But a fearless woman, she does not see failure as the end of her story. She sees it as the beginning of something greater. Failure is not proof that she is unworthy. It is not a reason to give up. It is not a signal to turn back. Failure is a lesson, a test, a necessary part of the journey to success. A fearless woman understands that if she is failing, it means she is trying. It means she is pushing herself beyond her comfort zone. It means she is daring to do something that others might be too afraid to attempt. The most successful women in history have all failed at some point. They have faced rejection, disappointment, and moments where everything seemed to fall apart. But they didn't stop. They took their failures and turned them into fuel. They used every setback as motivation to push harder, to grow wiser, to come back stronger. They understood that failure is not a dead end, it is a stepping stone, a bridge that carries them closer to their goals. A fearless woman does not let failure break her spirit. She does not allow one mistake, one rejection, or one moment of defeat to define her entire journey. Instead, she asks herself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become better? She analyzes, she adapts, she adjusts her approach, and then she moves forward with even greater determination. She knows that the road to success is paved with failures, but every time she gets back up, she is stronger than before. Every failure teaches her something that success never could: how to be resilient, how to think differently, how to build the kind of inner strength that cannot be shaken. And so, a fearless woman does not run from failure. She embraces it, she welcomes it. She understands that failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of it. A fearless woman does not climb to the top and forget where she came from. She does not hoard knowledge, opportunities, or success for herself. Instead, she reaches back, extends a hand, and lifts others up with her. She understands that true success is not measured by how far she goes alone, but by how many women she helps rise along the way. For centuries, women have fought battles just to have a voice, a choice, and a place at the table. The opportunities that exist today did not come easily. They were won through the sacrifices, struggles, and resilience of fearless women before us. And now it is our responsibility to continue that legacy. A fearless woman does not just break barriers for herself. She smashes them so the next generation won't have to face the same struggles. She understands that competition is a myth designed to keep women divided. She does not see other women as rivals. She sees them as allies, as sisters, as a force that is unstoppable when united. She knows that when women support each other, incredible things happen. Glass ceilings shatter. Uncharted paths become possible. Entire industries change. A fearless woman mentors, encourages, and inspires. She shares her knowledge, her resources, and her wisdom because she knows that success is not a limited resource. There is room for all of us to rise. She advocates for women's voices to be heard, for their contributions to be recognized, and for their talents to be valued. She challenges systems that exclude women. She speaks up when she sees injustice. She fights not just for herself, but for those who do not yet have the power to fight for themselves. She knows that her strength is amplified when she stands with other women, not just for personal gain, but for the collective progress of all. The impact of a fearless woman does not end with her. She creates a ripple effect, inspiring future generations to dream bigger, to reach higher, and to believe that they too can achieve greatness. Every time she lifts another woman up, she is building a future where women do not just survive, but thrive. A fearless woman understands one undeniable truth: she is strong, she is capable, and she is worthy of success, not because someone else says so, not because she meets a certain standard, not because she has proven herself to the world, but because she exists, because she has dreams, potential, and a purpose that no one else can fulfill. For too long, society has made women question their worth. It has made them feel like they must work twice as hard just to be seen, like they have to prove themselves over and over again to be taken seriously. Women have been conditioned to doubt their own abilities, to downplay their strengths, to shrink in spaces where they should be shining. But a fearless woman, she refuses to believe those lies. She refuses to let outdated beliefs define her potential. She knows that she is more than enough, just as she is. Strength is not just about physical power. It's about the ability to keep going when things get tough, to rise after falling, to stand firm when everything around her is trying to push her down. A fearless woman carries the weight of responsibilities, expectations, and challenges, yet she does not break. She bends, she adapts, she evolves because she knows that her strength is unshakable. She is capable of achieving greatness. She is intelligent, resourceful, innovative, and unstoppable. Whatever she sets her mind to, she can accomplish, not because of luck, not because of privilege, but because she has the drive, the discipline, and the determination to see it through. And above all, she is worthy of love, of respect, of success, of happiness. She does not need validation from others to prove her value. She does not need approval to chase her dreams. She does not need permission to take up space. Her existence alone is proof that she belongs, that she matters, and that she is destined for greatness. A fearless woman does not wait for someone to tell her she is ready. She steps forward, knowing that everything she needs is already inside her. Success is not a one-size-fits-all formula. It is not a rigid set of rules created by society, nor is it measured by wealth, titles, or external validation. A fearless woman understands that success is deeply personal. It is hers to define, hers to shape, and hers to own. For too long, women have been told what success should look like. They have been pressured to follow traditional paths, to check certain boxes, to live up to expectations that were never designed with them in mind. But fearless women break free from those constraints. They do not allow the world to dictate what fulfillment means to them. Instead, they carve out their own definition of success, one that aligns with their values, their passions, and their deepest desires. For some, success may be building a thriving business, leading a company, or shattering glass ceilings in male-dominated industries. For others, it may be creating a life of balance, raising a family with love and strength, or dedicating themselves to a cause that changes the world. Success does not have to look like anyone else's journey. It only has to feel right for the woman walking it. A fearless woman knows that her success is not measured by comparison. She does not waste energy worrying about where others are in life. She does not feel pressured to meet arbitrary milestones or chase goals that do not bring her true happiness. She trusts herself. She listens to her intuition. She follows a path that fulfills her soul. She also understands that success is not static. It evolves as she grows. What once defined her happiness may change, and that is okay. A fearless woman allows herself the freedom to redefine, reshape, and reinvent her journey as many times as she needs. She does not feel trapped by past expectations. She embraces the beauty of change, knowing that success is not about reaching a final destination. It is about continually growing into the person she is meant to be. Most importantly, she does not seek permission to pursue her version of success. She claims it, she owns it. She walks boldly in the direction of her dreams, knowing that she is fully capable of building the life she envisions. A fearless woman does not wait for the world to hand her success. She builds it with her own two hands. She is not defined by limitations, failures, or the doubts of others. She is defined by her courage, her resilience, and her unwavering belief in herself. She knows that success is not given, it is crafted, shaped, and earned through hard work, persistence, and an unshakable will to keep going no matter what. She does not wait for opportunities. She creates them. She does not shrink herself to fit into society's expectations. She expands. She takes up space. She commands the life she deserves, and as she rises, she lifts others with her. She empowers, inspires, and paves the way for the next generation of fearless women who will continue this unstoppable movement, because success is not just about personal victories. It is about creating a future where every woman knows that she too is strong, capable, and worthy. So, to every fearless woman, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep believing. Your dreams are valid, your voice matters, your power is limitless. Go forth and craft your success on your own terms with fearless determination and with the knowledge that you are destined for greatness.